Good day, my name is Ahmed Jassat, and I just want to go through a quick presentation with you on Being Proactive has improved the Oracle e-business Payslip process by 50%. Alright, so I just want to go through quick slides on how we as Helios IT and as MedScheme have improved a process in the Oracle e-business suite. Who am I? I am Ahmed Jassat and have 12 years experience in working on the Oracle e-business suite. I was extremely fortunate to have done numerous implementations in the financial sector, mining, manufacturing, information technology, and now I'm in healthcare. I'm an extremely proactive apps DBA and try to do that so that I can improve my user and customer experience in the Oracle e-business suite. What happened was that when joining MedScheme and on the numerous other companies that I worked for, I just found it that customers had accepted that payroll ran extremely long. Customers had accepted that payroll needed to be run after hours. Customers had accepted it that a lot of work needed to be done when running their payroll. At MedScheme, the payroll ran for 3 hours. Alright, before any payroll team would request clones. They would then run the different payrolls in a clone environment, then go to production and run clones. And if there was an issue, they needed to roll back and rerun the clone, and that would rerun the payroll, and that would only happen at night. So the issues that were facing by the payroll team is that the payroll could only be run after hours. The payroll ran for an extremely long time. A lot of testing and hours was spent due to payroll running a long time. Overtime for payroll admin. The apps DBA needed to be available. The apps DBA needed to communicate with the payroll team to tell them if there's any changes or downtime that night when the payroll is run. And if an issue is picked up after the payroll is run, a rollback had to happen and the payroll process needed to be run again. A lot of time was wasted, a lot of planning had to be done, and I had sat down with the payroll and had seen the need for change. So I had an idea after looking at Oracle Enterprise Manager Tuning Advisor and seeing that the payroll uses a lot of CPU, a lot of I/O. I then taken all screenshots, AWR reports, and all findings I had done from the Oracle Enterprise Manager, and I then logged an SR with Oracle and asked Oracle to tune the payroll process. What I had done is I created a copy of my production environment, sat down with my payroll users and asked them how do they run payroll. They then showed me how to run payroll, and I had set in my DBA environment, ran payroll, done different types of stats, taken down all information, as you can see in this slide, how long the payroll ran, how much CPU is used, how much memory is using, and then uploaded all that information to Oracle support. What I had done is, working with Oracle support, we had tested every scenario. We had tested using a single thread right up to 7 threads, depending on the CPUs you have on your box. We have 4 dual cores, that's why we can test from 1 to 7. I then tested the time, then documented the time. That means one thread ran for 270 minutes, 2 threads ran for 135 minutes. What is the CPUs on the different threads? What is the concurrent request? I then tested it. Here is my SQL syntax for changing the number of threads. I had done a lot of tracing. I had done a lot of TK proofing, and this took me a long time, but it was extremely worth it. Oracle development had then agreed that there is definitely a need for change, and together with them we went through different test scenarios, and finally we have come up with the following patch. Patch 140573555. I strongly suggest all payroll customers to take a copy of their production system, clone it, apply the patch, and you will see huge benefit, massive benefit. The patch is available on Metalink, and I would like to thank the engineer that worked with me through this whole process and it supported me through this whole process. His name is Paddy Toner from Oracle HRMS Support in the UK. After we applied the patch, it was a wow factor. We're using now less CPU, and the payroll completes in less time, as you can see, 20 minutes. If we go to our system quickly, we use 4 threads. So on 4 threads, it completes on 20 minutes. And you can see there, the start time is 9:23. Alright. And end time is 9:46. Alright. No errors, no skipped. So the payroll ran through successfully. If we can go back to our PowerPoint presentation. So as you can see, from running, initially when I took over this task, it was running 250 minutes. We then brought it down to 180 minutes with playing around with the threads, but I was still not happy. I felt it needed to be tuned, and we then brought the same process down to 20 minutes. I then taken this back to HR, and HR were ecstatic. They were happy, and it changed the way they do things. From being an offline processing at night, now they can run payroll during the day, and the benefits are huge. Payroll can be run now anytime because it just runs for 20 minutes. No more working at night for payroll admins. No more working at night for EPS DBAs. No more communication gap between the EPS DBAs and a payroll admin. No more overtime for the team. Payroll issues can be fixed during the day and roll back and run again. Huge improvement for the Oracle e-business product. Huge improvement for payroll, and this satisfies all. I can see a benefit for all Oracle South African customers. So what we have done is we have changed a whole process of doing payroll now. Instead of them running it at night, now they can during the day, giving the customer the opportunity to focus on their business. So payroll can now have more time working on the working daily on doing other tasks. I just want to say thank you for joining me on this quick presentation. And the more proactive we are, the less reactive we will need to be. And what I mean by that is, if we all go ahead and improve the Oracle e-business suite, everyone would benefit from this. My name is Ahmed Jassat. My telephone number is below and my email address is below. Please give me feedback. Thank you, and bye-bye.